Hey, Roger, your special subject tonight is the economies of the European community. Your time starts now. Best of luck.
Thank you.
How much does Greece owe, Roger?
$367 billion.
Correct. And who do they owe it to?
Mostly to the other European economies.
Correct. How much does Ireland owe?
$865 billion.
Correct. And who do they owe it to?
Other European economies, mostly.
Correct. How much do Spain and Italy owe?
$1 trillion each.
Correct. Who to?
Mainly France, Britain and Germany.
Correct. And how are Germany, France and Britain going, Roger?
Well, they're struggling a bit, aren't they?
Correct. Why?
Because they've lent all these vast amounts of money to other European economies that can't possibly pay them back.
Correct. So what are they going to do?
They're going to have to bail them out.
Correct. Where are they getting the money to do that, Roger?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that one.
How much does Portugal owe?
Hang on a minute. What was the answer to that earlier question?
Just keep answering the questions, Roger. Where is Portugal to get the money it owes to Germany if Germany can't get back the money that it lent to Italy?
Just a minute. What was the answer to the previous question? The question was, how can broke economies lend money to other broke economies who haven't got any money because they can't pay back the money the broke economy lent to the other broke economy and shouldn't have lent it to them in the first place because the broke economy can't pay it back?
You're wasting very valuable time, Roger. How much money does Spain owe to Italy?
$41 billion, but where are they going to get it?
Correct. What does Italy owe to Spain?
$27 billion, but they haven't got it. They're broke.
Correct. How can they pay each other if neither of them has any money?
They're going to get a bailout, aren't they?
Correct. And where's the money coming from for the bailout?
That's what I'm asking you.
Correct. Why are people selling the European currency and buying the US dollar?
Because the US economy is so much stronger than the European economy.
Correct. Why is that, Roger?
Because it's owned by China.
I love them. China.
With the CCP's totalitarian objective to rule the world, it's to pull the United States into 4 different wars at the same time.
Let's say China.
And that's to weaken the United States, so we are extremely weak and we cannot protect ourselves because we're spread too thin with 4 wars. Of the 4 wars, you've got Ukraine, you've got Israel, you've got the partnership with Hamas and Iran, and even the Taliban in Afghanistan. So that's exactly
You want to buy from China? That's great. Buy from China.
the plan. And in fact, Putin meeting with Xi just this week shows that it's a plan between China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, and of course the Taliban, the Hamas, and Hezbollah.
China.
When you die, you have choice.
Let's see, is this thing on? Hold on, you got to get rid of the echoes. What's up? There we go. That should be less echoey. Let's see, why is this still on? Hold on. That's still, oh, I see. Just want to clear all the stuff on my soundboard so I don't have these anomalies and echoes. What's up, everybody? What do you guys do? China. Can you say China? It's China, right? It's China, it's Russia, it's all. Where does the money come from? Well, we borrow it. From who? From all the other countries that we've been that are lending to us. Well, where do they get their money from? Well, they borrow it. From where? From all the other countries that can't pay them back. But where do they get their money from? Don't get me started on that one, because I'll tell you where. Let's see. Let's catch up. What's going on? I saw Johnny Bravo was in here, and he's like, he's got to watch the game, got to get his fix. I want to see his lifting rig. If he pops back on later, we'll see. Let me catch up, because maybe he said something about it. He's storing things into vertical now. Wow. You know, you see these guys that have like the lifts and stuff, and they store their cars in their garage vertically. I wish I had that kind of a problem. Let me catch up. Bravo says, hey, RJ, buddy, can't stay. Alabama's in the process of showing LSU how it's done tonight. Well, careful where you put your money. Backwards boy, small engines. Good evening, Arch. Backwards, small engine. Hey, Johnny Bravo. Let's see, Johnny Bravos will check back in at halftime. By the way, 2 new playlists started and uploading yesterday and today. My dad's 1940 Johnson outboard motor and my back garage ATV stacker hoist. Yeah, I gotta see that. Oh, people are crazy. Bravos says, hey, yeah, backwoods, good to see you. Bravos has got to run. Beer calling, and Saban's head is exploding. I don't know who that is. I'm laughing at it, though. Robert Valen says, we are live in 3, 2, 1. Here's the host, Uncle Archie. That's funny. I caught some of your one of your shorts, Robert, but I had to get set up, and I get squirreled. You guys know that. Squirrel? Right? I start looking around. I'm like, oh, let me set up for tonight's show. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me just see Robert's thing here. And I just wound up fast forwarding through it because I have no idea what you're talking about now. Because I'm supposed to be working on this. Let's see. Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades and no grease. Robert says, Wayne's here. We stopped in for a bit. The old man at EP just dropped in to give you an attaboy, Arch. Would love to join you and your fans, but Jake and I are UFC and BKFC fans, and your lives are always conflicting with them. Well, it's always going to be something. Yep. I guess it depends on what time of year, but this is like my best time to do a live because I work all day. I saw Ken's small engines for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, I was mostly out in the yard, moving stuff around, cutting the lawn, doing some spring cleanup, moving some stuff around. I think I just said that. We'll take a look at that a little bit. Wayne says, hello, Backwoods and Johnny Bravo. And Alice says, hey, Wayne. Wayne says, next fight starting in only 4. 4 left. See you around. So he's already gone. So what are you fellas doing? What are you guys doing tonight? You know, Robert says, I've been trying to find the replacement head lens for the Paul and XD mowers, and it's not easy to get. Yeah, right? I can imagine. Hold on, let me close this out. Get myself kind of going into the next piece. Have some fun. Yeah, I have that one of those John Deeres out back. Oh, I've had it for like 2 years now, I think. And when I bought it from Mikey. He showed me the pics of it. It's up somewhere. I'll find it. I'll find it in a minute. Let me go look. And he didn't fasten the hood down. Let me go look for... Let's see, go through videos. I just want to show you guys this. He's trailing it over here. And it was a windy day. And hood blew off. It's plastic. Okay. And it just destroyed. The hood was mint, too. The thing was, it's not in great shape. It's not in the shape it was in before he got here, because it had a nice hood. And then he broke the hood, so he dropped the price a little bit, which was fine by me, I guess, in a sense. I'm not going to find that hood. Those hoods break. And people try to fix them. And sometimes they do pretty good fixing them. And anybody that has a hood, they're not going to get rid of it. And I don't even know if they sell a brand new one, but there's just no way I'm going to buy that. Robert says, I meant the headlight lens. Yeah. Backwoods says, hello, Wayne. Hey, Robert. Let me just see if I can find this real quick. We'll take a quick look at it. Now that I'm thinking about it. It's down on the list. I don't know if I removed it or not, because I will remove some videos that don't do well. Nobody watched it, because nobody cares. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Let me bring up the monitor for this. I gotta turn the audio on. I'll just scroll through it. Oh, commercial already. Oh, she's hot. Probably a guy. You have no idea how many models today are guys.
At Macy's, the fragrance destination.
You can't trust your eyes.
Before you ever hammered in a nail, drove in a screw, or cut a hole.
Shush you.
Hey everyone, thanks for stopping in the garage.
There I am in my pajamas. Let's see.
What's up, guys?
So, what's happening?
Oh, what's this one?
Santa brought.
Oh, check this out.
Peter, Josh.
This is a while ago.
Tractor.
Let's see. Let's take a look at this. All right, guys. You know what this thing is? It is all-wheel steer.
It doesn't look that good anymore. It's been sitting too long.
Watch the tires. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? I mean, it's rusty and it's beat, but well, it's like everything I get is rusty and beat. That is so awesome. I can't believe it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it running again. We're going to do a will it run on the motor. It's a nice motor, right? These are like the Boxer style Craftsman engines, and they were pretty good engines. The seat isn't even like beat. It has a real amp gauge on it, if you can see that. And look at the tire. All right, wait till you see what's behind there. And then, of course, Mikey brought me some extras. And it's Mike's new truck.
Ranger.
The Ranger. All right, let's just go take a walk over here and see the other side. All right, this is the other side. I know, it's got a lot of rust. Tire's beat in the back, which is common. It's going to need tubes. It's got some bird crap weld on it. I don't know what was going on back there. Somebody was trying to make something. And, you know, it's rust. But it's here, and I have never seen anything like that. Wait till you see what's in the back. The steering system. I mean, you're not going to be able to see it now, but all right, we'll take a look at it sometime in the near future.
Many months later.
Check this thing out. A friend of mine who was a customer. This is. Yes.
It's shattered like glass.
What a shame.
Nice hood, too.
Yeah, that was a nice hood. Hood. Wow. It's just they kind of cheaped out on these. The hood just broke. Yeah, they kind of cheaped out. Everybody complains about it. You are not the first person to have it happen to you. You get a good wind and it blows up. Here's some decks. Here's the hood. Here's the hood.
That's what's up there.
And it was in nice shape.
It was fucking nice, man.
Yeah. They're expensive.
Hanging on the wall.
Yeah, no. We'll just put it over here for now. I guess we'll bring it into everything in the back, I guess. Yeah, look, this would be nice on the wall. Wow, it was like mint.
It was really nice.
And the stick is mint, too.
Everything was.
Yeah, and it's a windy day to make it worse. You know, the wind must have just cracked. Where's the tie downs for it? Are there any tie downs for it?
Yeah, I have one right here. Holding the tractor.
No, I mean for the hood. Wasn't there a latch or something that went?
It should have latched onto here.
Yeah.
And it didn't.
Wow. And this was a nice machine.
It was. The body's nice.
It's in clean shape. And all right, let's just take a look at this guy.
I could track one down.
Yeah, good luck. It's not going to happen.
Similar, but not the same one.
No, you have to have the. What's this guy?
That's the spare motor on it.
Oh, look at that.
Truck in the back?
What's that?
Can I pull the whole truck in?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
So why not? Drag it
Ooh, there's a little bit of moss growing in the seat. It's a nice Deutz Alice. We'll check it out in a bit. Oh, the poor thing.
Why doesn't everyone get solar if it doesn't cost anything?
Oh, stupid commercial.
It's not because of
Go
lack
away.
of some.
1 hour later.
Let's check this one
This
out.
little old Deutz Alice. Nice little machine. It's old. It's about 74, something like that. He popped a new carburetor on it, put some oil in it. I got the deck. The deck is actually in about the same shape as this, but the spindles turn, but you can hear the bearings are grovelly. Seat's kind of shot. This is a fun little machine. This actually fits my yard. It's in pretty good shape. This is the little brother to my big machine. And it does run. We'll start it up. So you put a new carburetor on it. Probably it needs belts, but the belts are there. Well, at least the dry belt is there. And it should work. We're going to see if we can get this thing to, you know, go and stop and whatever, and clean up and just kind of keep it around for, you know, because it's a Deutsch Alice, so it's not really something you can sell. I don't know how good the tranny is. We won't know until, you know, it shifts. So that's a good sign. Let's stall you it up. Let me show you the deck. Wait.
This thing's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm not going to go to the other side of the deck. You saw some of the deck, but a little grovelly, but they spin. It's got a beat wheel over there, but you can always put something else on. You don't really need it, but you can always throw something else on that. And we'll see. We'll put it on at some point. Be fun to just, you know, cut the lawn with and tote it around. Like I said, it fits through my gates. Let's start it up.
Those aren't the right tires.
Let's see. So choke. It just ran, so I'll take it off a choke.
Runs good. Look at how low that idle goes. That's like a couple of hundred RPMs. Oh, she's purring now.
Not bad. It just needs a little bit of love. All right, I'm going to push it over into the storage area a little bit. We're going to put a little air in the tires and make sure, you know, it's okay. Put a little lubricant on a few things, and I'll get to it some point this year.
No, that never happened. That's a nice, 12 horsepower. That's pretty good size for this.
All right, we got this thing down. It's a shame. It would have been a good runner, and I think it's in fairly good shape. I don't know if we can get it running or whatever.
Oh my God, the Nova is still there. That's how many years ago this was. The Nova is still peeking right there in the corner. Shit. I can't look. Oh my God.
Noodle around with it. We'll play with this later, but without the lid on it.
No, that's a Volkswagen.
At least I got a good motor.
I think that's the Volkswagen that was. Yes, that's the VW.
It's okay, it's not great. Might want to put it on something else, or sell it, or just put it on a different tractor. As a better seat. Somebody removed the switch, and they were monkeying around with it. Battery needs a good charge. We'll pull that out tomorrow. We'll try to get the motor running. Cola Command 15, they're decent motors. Oil's nice and clean. I think he might have even fooled around with that, or it was inside, so unfortunately, the wind took it and it wasn't latched down right, and these plastic hoods are just garbage. And he kind of lost out, so I don't know if it has a drive belt on it or what. Get a peek in there.
The next morning.
Check this out. By the way, Mikey set me up with a new battery, which is cool. I think both of them have decent. Well, this one has a new battery. We're going to take this out. But this folds up. And so you can get all in here. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to...
That's cool!
Pour oil over this. I might even just give it a quick blow with the pressure washer and then pour oil all over everything. And over here, right, you've got these little finger press, latches. That is so sweet. That is so cool. Okay, I'm going to pull that battery and then I guess I'll rinse this off today, and we're just going to pour oil over this thing before I go to put it to the side for now. Just use motor oil. It'll be fine. Okay, we'll push it over there and we'll pour all the oil on it. All right, almost ready to wash it and put it away. So I just blew out the air cleaner a little bit. This is kind of beat. But just leave it for now. It's kind of beat. I blew it out. You know what? It is beat. Let's get rid of that. What are you doing, Arch? That's good. Check the oil. You can put this back. That was a nice chrome one. It's probably going to get painted, but sometimes you can kind of bring the chrome back a little bit. Here we go. Put the things back on. It's like hot rod. That's like the aftermarket stuff we used to get for cars. Add up the tires. They had some air in them. This one was full. The other ones had air in them. Now you got to put some fresh air in them from time to time. Otherwise, how can they breathe? They're suffocating in there. And lube in a few spots. Everywhere I could. Ignition. I cleaned off the key and the wire wheel. Blew some lube in there. Some penetrant, and then some chain wax in it. Move it around a little bit. And then after it's dry, I'll dump oil over the whole thing, and we'll just put it to the side for now until we can come back to it. So this is my ugly Alice. For any of you guys that watch Diesel Creek, awesome channel, he's got a big Alice, big earth moving machine, and he calls it Ugly Alice. So I think we're going to call this thing Ugly Alice too, because it is ugly and it is a Deutsch Alice. So this is my Ugly Alice, and shout out to Diesel Creek. Yeah, just a little bit more lube and a few other things. Let's get to it. I got other stuff to do today. Not bad, right? I just basically hit everything. I didn't spray the underside. I want to mix some of this oil up with a little bit of gas and then spray it on next time. We'll hit everything else. But just, good dousing. Brushed on mostly. And a little bit on the tires and pretty much everywhere I thought I could get it. Just close it up so the winds don't get to it. That's it. Oh, there's Ugly Alice. And then there is the John Deere, which, I'll get to that. It's in nice shape. I'm going to see what I can do with it. Mikey says, why don't you take the motor and put it on the Cub-Cadet. Let's look at the Cub-Cadet real quick. So just a quick spring preview. The Cub-Cadet. This is in nice shape. This thing's beautiful. I had it cleaned up nice. Courage motor has no more courage. All right, can I even see that?
All right, let's see. Let's get. We already finished that one. You'll see the video.
I can't move. Oh, I can't get to it. We'll sell it.
Sold that.
This guy runs. It's just the body needs work. This is a customer. I don't know what happened to this guy. He left it here. I can't do anything with it. We got to fix it up. And this is the all-wheel steer. Right, she's a mess. We'll see. Got a nice motor in it. It's got the boxer motor. Isn't it nice?
I like those motors.
Run. We're going to do a will it run. This one, the plastic lid is in good shape. Just lays on there. That's what happened to the John Deere. It just blew up. Blew off and blew up. Those things are such crap. Yeah, I mean, this guy will probably run. This one, we're going to pull the motor out of it and take it apart. We're going to use the deck and a few other things. The body's kind of really rusted and beat, and I don't know. You probably could make it
Boss
work.
machine.
We'll see. We'll dig it out and we'll get to it. We're going to make one good one. That one is a little bit better shape, and I have extra lid and what have you. And we'll
I
figure
have
out what to
more
do with that
now.
in a bit. and then the new deck. So
well, that's nice.
All right. Here's a gift from Mikey. Found
all right, let's see.
Dead.
Let me get out of this.
All right, let's get it
Can't
cleaned
find
up.
my mouse. That's pretty cool, I think. There's a chair. That Deutz Alice is kind of neat. I have the deck for it. I don't know if I have all the mounting pins and locating things for it, but I've got the deck. I like the way the back opens up. You can get to the battery. You can get to everything. You can keep stuff back there. And so I just oiled it and put it away. That was a few years ago. It's still sitting. I have even more derelict tractors back there. Actually, that's one of the things I got a lot more back there now. That's one of the things I was doing later on today. Was I started to go through some of that stuff, pulling out some of the machines I need to work on for the end of the year, and then sort of burying. Mike brought some stuff, just like bags and a couple of lawnmowers and a few other things. A lot of nice bags. So I wanted to show you fellas. Actually, let me go get it. I should have got it while I was in the video, but we'll talk about this silly blade sharpener. Hold on. I'm coming. All right, I'm not over at the bench, so there's no good place to put this stuff. And we'll peek at the video a little bit that I'm working on. Oh, there goes the chair. Bruce hates that. Like I was on, I think it was Ken's last week or something again, whatever, just for a little bit, and then you hear. And Bruce is like, oh. It's like my signature chair, right? That's the chair. You gotta get the chair. Yeah, you're gonna get the chair, right? So I just changed the thumbnail too while it was in the intermission beginning part. But this tool, okay, well actually I'll show you a little bit about it tonight. And probably, I mean, when eventually I'll release the video, but you know, I collected like it feels like 4 hours of video, but it's not. It's like an hour and change of video. And I need to shoot some more stuff too, because I've never used this tool before. And so this is a clone from an American inventor. He's about my age, maybe a little younger. And he made the all-American blade sharpener. And this is basically what it looks like. Now, what I have in my hand is probably very close to it. I don't know when the fellow invented it. I didn't do all my homework on it. But that tool is expensive. It's probably about $250 to your door. Taxes, and I think it's free shipping, but you're going to have to pay taxes. This is about $80. And, I mean, there's issues. And I think the most important issue, well, you know what I forgot to get? I'll go get it in a minute. The most important issue with it is, you guys recognize this blade. Now, I went through 10 blades. I pulled out 12. And they're all used blades from my cache of machines that I constantly go through. And I grabbed the best ones, and I cleaned them off with the pressure washer when I'm cleaning off machines. And like recently, I just laid out like 6 or 7 machines, whatever it was. I went through them. Some became parts, and some I've been working on. A couple I sold already. So this is an MTD, like a new style, and you can see the whole configuration. You're not going to be able to see that there. I have to let me raise the ISO a little bit. I don't have a light on that camera, but you can kind of see it. Standard 21-inch blade. I painted it. I cleaned them. What I do is, everything gets hit with a pressure washer. I start going through stuff, figure out what I can save, what's parts. Blades go in 2 piles, good and to 1. And this one just needed a touch of balance on the end. I just nipped the end. This is the most common blade mulching style you're going to see out there today. Behind that is slightly older design, but this is also pretty common. And it's, again, mulching style. And it does a nice job. I mean, I'll show you some close-ups, tonight. And this is a Honda, an older Honda, but, similar blade to what, just mine's a little different. I got the fancier blade. This one I had to do by hand. It didn't really want to sharpen this one correctly. So, now generally I just take one of my grinders and I just grind them. I clean them up, I clean them off, and then I grind it, and I make a nice blade. I check balance usually to see if they're, kind of straight, and if they have, I can replace the cord on that. And if they're balanced, if you can balance them or not, if they're balanceable. By the way, Robert says a classic 4-wheel, what did he say? 4-wheel lead steering Craftsman mower from back in the day. Yeah, isn't that cool? It's getting worse. But I wanted to save it. And I'm like, some of those things will be sold, but some will be saved. We'll eventually get to them and we'll save them. So these are the common blades you're going to find. And just to measure it quick. So it's a little over 2 inches, like about 2 1/8 wide, right? Widthwise. That's that one. And the Honda, a little bit more. And then the common MTD, 2 inches. They don't fit. Okay. This part here is the blade vise. It's what holds the blade. And you can't close it enough to tighten one of these blades. Let me go get the thing I just made real quick. It's just a thing. You'll see it again. What do I do with it? Yeah. So, and you'll see it a little bit in the video too, because I'll just show you excerpts from the video I'm working on. There goes the chair! You're gonna get the chair. Nobody wants this chair. Everybody's like, oh, will you shut that chair off? Yeah, we got a special mic. We got to mic the chair. So basically what I had to do, and you'll see, like I said in the video, is I had to make this. This was laying around, so I ripped this part down. They were probably both about 2 inches, right? Just a right angle piece of aluminum, extrude, aluminum that I have for working on stuff. And I had to put like a shoe, like an adapter, a bushing, or whatever you want to call it, in order to, and then it kind of goes in like this, and then you can tighten the blade vise down, okay? And now it's captive. And then you got your grinder, you clamp it to a desk or whatever, not your desk, right, your bench, and you go, and you have to, they make two different kinds. This one here is adjustable, and it's got these graduations on it, which you're not going to be able to see. So if you want to grind a blade like this, that's a mulching blade, you have to adjust it twice, because it's the same angle, but they're at different heights, and they have a different relationship to the tool, so you have to adjust the tool. So what I did was I went around, I found the right angle, and I did all of, like, say, the mulching area on all these blades. And I adjusted the angle, and I went around and I did all this section here, the cutting section. And what I found was it cannot be adjusted to the angle, the proper angle, which is about 30 degrees. I don't really know, 32, 35, I don't know. I didn't measure it. But it won't make that angle either. So what I found was you have to adjust these, lift them up, and then when you go to install the blade, you got to cock the blade. So it's not a plug-and-play thing. And you'll see a little bit in the video when I show you. Let's see, Brett. Is Brett here? What is Brett doing? Can I put the chair in timeout? Yeah. No, it says Honda, not Chanda. Chanda. All right. Summer breeze cutting my lawn. Yeah. That's what I was doing today. Seizing up the spindles on my mower. So what, it's $80, okay? And so, like I said, we're going to cruise around the video that I'm working on just to show you a little bit more, but you'll have to wait for the actual video. Now, I saw a couple of people doing these videos, and I'm like, no, nobody's really talking about, only Arch is going to show you that, like, this stuff. Like, one fellow, I'm not going to say who it is, because we probably know him, but he went through it, and he just looked, he didn't even know what he was looking at. He just went through it quick, and he was talking about his shop and everything else, and it's like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. And so, I guess he didn't know, but this is not an out-of-the-box thing. Now, these are held in with Loctite, and I adjusted them up. I had to raise them up so I could cock the blade to get the angle I needed, and I want to just check them, make them equal, make sure they're equal with my little micrometer, and then lock them in with some more Loctite when I'm happy with the angle. Overall, I found this to be, and you'll see the setup outside. What a mess. What a mess it makes. I would never, ever do that in here, ever. That's why I don't do it in here. And it's one of the reasons why I do like a whole bunch of blades at a time. So what did I go through? Like $150 worth of blades? On my rack, there's probably $500, maybe more, worth of blades, used blades. So I'm not going to go, I don't have the money to go buy new blades. I wish my operation was such that I could just be like, I'll just buy new blades, but people won't do it. Like, I don't have customers like that. I don't live in that area. I can't do that yet. Maybe one day. So that said, having a tool like this did help. And I'll show you the operation in a minute. Let's see, Brett says, I can't believe summer grease has been a constant here. Yeah, bro. It's done. It's already, that's, summer grease. Maybe we should just make t-shirts and just try different variations. And I should do like an intro or like a mid-tro. Not necessarily an intro, but people are like, what's a mid-tro? I do mid-tros. Mid-tros are when you kind of shove your stupid face in and it kind of feels like an intro, kind of feels like an outro, but it's really like a segue to lead you into the next part. Mid-tro. Somewhere in the middle or something. Right? We gotta make something. We gotta come up with something. Summer grease. Instead of, not just summer breeze, but also summer grease, winter grease. It's gotta be summer though. It's gotta be something to do with summer and sound like breeze. Isn't that feminine product? Right? Don't they have like a feminine product for that? Summer breeze. You can smell like summer breeze. Yeah. Just sing the chorus for a mid-tro. Yeah. Where is it? Hold on. Did I throw it out? Oh, did I throw it out? Hold on. Let me go see if I threw this thing out. Hold on. Let me just grab my flashlight. Hold on. I gotta see. No, I got it. I think I got it. Yeah, I got one. I think I got one. Yeah, hold on. So it's actually in a video coming up. I put some cables on a lawnmower, made it nice, and sold it. So this is just some aftermarket company from China, right? And they work fine, like if you don't pay a lot, right? And the customer, I didn't charge much for this lawnmower. It came out really nice. The customer was like super happy. People were hitting me up for this thing. I'll sell lawnmowers until like the beginning of December. Just I lower the price a little bit this time of year. Not much, but a little. And they come out really nice. So this thing says here, if you can read it, because focus, so professional. High quality. Because focus. Because focus. So professional. I love it, right? That's just so awesome crap that you see. All right, Archie, can you stay on track? No, fellas, that's not going to happen. Right, so back to Summer Breeze. Back to the blade sharpener. So the feller that designed it, it's nice. I mean, he wants a lot of money, but it's American made. Does the American made one have this problem? I don't know. I haven't bought one. No one's offered me one, so I don't know. It's expensive, so I'm not buying it. Robin says, there is a female hygiene product called Summer what? Oh, you removed it too quick. What? Summer what? Yeah, it's Summer Breeze. Something like that. Seals and Cross may zap us for infringement. Yeah. Summer Breeze. It's so funny. So professional. Because focus. Oh, the coffee's getting to me. So does the original one work well? Does it have these problems? I don't know. But I found a way around it, and you'll see. Let me set it up. Let me set up. Oh yeah, Summer Eve. That's what it is. Summer Eve. Yeah, and you can smell like Summer Eve. Okay. Did you at least take a shower for us and everything before the eve came, or were you out working out and stuff? I'm just saying. I don't know. All right, I'm opening up my Da Vinci Resolve. Okay. Yeah. Well, let me open it in front of you, fellas. Hold on. I might as well do it. Let me show you. Because focus. Okay. Because focus right now. Oh, let's bring up right monitor. Okay. Let's see. Here's the GSTP sharpener. I don't know what that stands for. This is edit version something or other. We'll just kind of scroll through it. Oh, it disappeared. It wants to be on my main monitor. Hold on. I'll give it a second. Okay, let's see. Brett says, that'll seize up the spindles on a mower, but it will smell so fresh. Because focus. So here's my editor. That's a Da Vinci. So I got all these blades, right? So I'm like, all right. I don't know if you can hear it. You'll probably be able to hear it. I'm going to have a little bit of an echo, fellas, so I'm going to leave the echo on, right? I could probably drop the volume of the desktop audio a little bit, and that'll drop the echo a bit. But this blade, so just little use left on it. This is how bad they are. It's actually sharpened on both sides, and I don't know what the heck, what that's all about. I've seen those before. They're all mint now. Again, similar situation. But you guys know what blades look like. Blades are like $15, $20. A lot of times you can get for about $30. You can get two really nice blades. This is all right. Let me see. Let's come back to the beginning. All right. So it comes in a nice box. There's even a little bit of grease on that. Hold on, let me, I can go full screen. Hold on. We'll go, I gotta load an app to do that. So because I have macros that do this for me. I use my gaming software for macros. And if I hit, yep, there we go. Right down here, a little bit tiny. No grease. So we got our bolts. This is all for the setup. See, so it's nice, well built of everything in the final assembly. I'll show you where the bolts go. You got to give it a minute to materialize. Things. That's a basic look. Let's take a look at the grinders. Still grinders? Yeah, I got to edit a lot of this out. We're back to blades. Hold on. We'll scroll through. Here we go. Because this is one of... Oh, wait. Here we go. Watch. Watch Arch get upset. Is this the segment? And what's nice is if I set up and I like it, then I can just bring this outside and set it up real quick by clamping it in a vise. Let's see. I'll scroll. Yeah, you can clamp this to a vise too if you want. There's a lot of ways to mount it. Here we go.
your blade, however this mounts, I'm not exactly sure, but when you try to mount your blade, i.e. something like this, right? Oh, by the way, this blade does not fit in here. It does not tighten. So when you come up with your angle,
dangle.
So it doesn't work with this blade. So that's a problem right there.
Hey?
This is the most common blade out there today, and problem number one.
Yay! Right. See? So, hold on. I'm coming back for a bit. Yay! And any blade, and like I just showed you 3 different blades that are about that size. And so, doesn't fit. So, what's a feller to do, right? Well, I made that stupid thing, from scrap. Is there another way to make a thing to do this? Sure there is. But actually, I ran through a whole bunch of blades, and it never fell out. But then I found I couldn't get the angle because it will not adjust properly. And so, like I said, is it the American one? Can it can it work properly? I don't know. I can't tell you that. There is a possibility, though, that when whoever is making a knockoff, it doesn't matter where it comes from. It's not an illegal knockoff because you can't do that. So if you don't want to get involved in infringements of patents and stuff, you have to make a change. Well, what if the change you make isn't better than the original one? This is usually the case. And what if the change you make kind of like makes the tool beat? So or inadequate. Now, when I was looking at the original variant, watching the fellow do it in his shop or whatever it is, he had these 2 new blades out. He kept sharpening, just to show you. So he wasn't working with beat blades. These blades look beefy, right? They're either they might even be commercial blades. That's what they look like to me. And they're going to be bigger. Like the ones on my Simplicity Sunstar are wide and they're really thick. And so that will fit in here because I grabbed a bunch of wide blades, including, I didn't grab anything from a tractor, but the atomic blades from the older Toros, they're pretty wide. There's a big blades. They fit fine. And the throat will open more. It's just, it won't close all the way. So rather than modify the tool, because I was thinking, well, maybe I'll modify the tool. It's like, nah, I don't want to modify the tool. I want to just make something. And then my lawyer friend says to me, he goes, you can't show that. I said, well, why not? He goes, that's intellectual property. He says, you don't give that away. Don't show that. I'm like, I just want to do a review on a stupid blade sharpener. And he's like, I'm like, it's just a piece of angle. You could use steel, but I think the aluminum is better because the aluminum is softer and it's a kind of a vise. So these are screws and they bite into the aluminum a little bit. And also the blade bites into the aluminum a little bit. And it gives it a nice feeling, fellas, because focus, so professional. And it just feels nice, like it's getting tight. And it does, it gets tight, never fell out. Let me see if we catch up to you, fellas. No grease! You douched it with Summer's Eve. Yes, we did. Yeah, that's right, I had to hose it down. No grease, Robert says, we're getting out of hand with the summer breeze. Eve matter, but it's a funny subject. No, we're not out of hand. That's what Saturday Night Live with Arch is. It's what is it about? I don't know. It's about getting a little bit crazy, a little stupid, a little silly, a little stuff, smart stuff, not smart stuff. Hold on, my daughter is texting me. Let's see. Let me just say goodnight to her. Oh. I hate spell check. Because I like to spell words wrong. I don't understand why it won't let me. It's fun to fool around with language. Let's see. She's texting me. Let's see what she says. She's getting ready to go to bed. So, what was I? So professional. Yeah. Let's see. She says, where's the dog? Yeah, he got fed. Yeah, so they're doing it. She's doing her thing. She's at her place. Let's see. It's all in fun, Rob. That's right. It's about a little shop talk mixed with humor. Yeah. I was just getting ready to ask if Christina would pop in to say hi. Tractor. Yeah. She's just saying hi to me. Like, he's my friend. Yes. Let me tell her. I'll say. Oh, I spelled hi wrong. Oh, she's getting her car back. They tried replacing the crank sensor and see if that's it, because it got so bad it would just stall at a light, and then she's driving down the road, and after it stalls and you go to turn it back on again, the tack doesn't work. They tell her to get in here. Yeah, I just did. Yeah. Yeah, they're asking for you. Yeah, hold on. That's so funny. Because focus. So let's see if the crank sensor does it. She picked it up. She'll pick it up tomorrow. So that should be fun. There she is. Hi, Christina. Hey, Bravo says, hey, Arch, halftime. Looks like LSU is splaining a few things back. 21-21 halftime. Well, okay. All right. There you go. Christina says, tractor. That's funny. You getting ready for bed, T? You all right? What time is it? It's 9:35. It's a nice time to kind of like chill out. You know. I wanted to show my daughter. Wait, hold on. We were laughing about this. I threw it on the ground. It's getting hot in here. Let's see, there's the chair. All right, read this, Steve. All right, this is from China. It's just a cable, a lawnmower cable. And see what it says? It says, because focus, so professional. I love that. That's just, that's just making me laugh. Because focus, so professional. Who says that? Their language does not, it does not like work the way our language does. Not at all. So they struggle with words, you know, American words, English words. Not to mention American is different anyway. It's a little different than British. So, yeah, I mean, I had a good time. I spent outside for hours. Christina says I could go for some pork fried rice. Yeah, how come I don't have any pork fried rice? There's like no food in the house. I was eating what the dog was eating tonight, you know. So there's like nothing in here. So I'm just like trying to scrounge around for food. I had some chicken pieces. That bag is empty. I was eating stuff from the bottom. I don't know. Maybe I'll make some chicken soup or something later. I had eggs again. Let's see. How are you doing today? She says, hi, Robin. I'm doing good. How are you? It's too funny. Here's the chair. Chair alert. You're going to get the chair. What a mess. Let me scroll forward and I'll show you the next piece. And is this a quick display?
All right, fellas. Now we'll go over.
Yeah, this might be it. Yeah, I'll just show you real quick. Let's see. Yeah, Christina.
Into that later. Let's grab this big blade.
Oh, big blade alert. Here we go. Stand by. Grabbing a big blade.
Let's see if it fits. That should fit. We'll find out. Oh, it's getting close. All right, the big blade fits in.
No, I haven't used it at this point. I'm literally just fooling with it.
It's nice and tight. This could be.
Oh, it's 60th birthday.
On it. Yeah.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
I'm sure it'll wear in.
So I need a little bit of lubrication.
Here. Just a little bit.
It's like a little bit sticky. It seems to have nylons on it, like Oh, here we go. It might be nice to clean the blades off with the cordless. Let's see. I just want to show you. So we're going to start from here, and look, you can pretty much follow the whole thing. So
no, you can't.
That answers my question. Let's see.
I'm about to lube.
Okay, now the angle is different on these.
Yeah, it's the same angle, but it's a different approach to the tool. Oh, happy birthday!
Yeah, sharpen that.
You're young.
Okay. So the standard angle, what I'm finding.
Let's see. So it doesn't, you have to change the tool.
So let me show you here.
Hold on.
You see? See how it cut nice here?
It did cut nice.
Basically, that's sharp already. But here it's a different angle, and it just grazed the top. So that's why they're saying...
You have to adjust the tool.
So do your adjustments with the thing unplugged.
He's got milk. What does he say? Happy belated. Holy cow, I got milk in my fridge older than most of you guys. I just threw out the milk in the fridge that was older.
That's why they're saying you need to adjust the angle to that. So somewhere on here, you're going to...
Let's see. Yeah, you have to adjust the tool, so I'm going to go through that. But it worked pretty well overall, I got to say. Hold on, I'm coming back. I'm going to find another spot. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of the echo for a little bit, because I hate the echo part. I want to scroll through to what was outside. Oh, here's something. Yeah, here you can check this out real quick. It's a look at what it looks like when it's done, and this might be nice. It needs more cutting. Let's see. Going back. So that's just a quick look without turning the audio on. I think some of it I probably just won't turn the audio on because I'll forget, and then I'll have echo. Let me catch up. Focus or repair daily. Yeah, focus. Or buy, fix, or repair daily. Tractor, Ford. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, Christina. Right. I probably won't see Christina till next weekend. I'll be busy, and I'm going to try to get as much done tomorrow as I can, and I'm going to crash. I'm just going to sit here and chill out. I just want to move. I want to move that old tractor out of my way. That old one that I showed you fellas last week. The 1966 Simplicity. That was a lot of fun. It's kind of bagged up for the winter. The only thing I need to do is I need to leave a little access to it just to get the wheel weights off. Drag it someplace where I can get my air tools at it and bang off those wheel weights and whatever else. Oh, she says she'll be here tomorrow. Why are you coming tomorrow? No, I'm not ready yet. Chia Pets in Brett's fridge. Nice. Yeah, I need some. I can't believe you guys said Chinese food. You're killing me. All right, somebody order me Chinese food. One of you fellas out there and get me something. Archie eating Alpo dog food. Yeah, because that's all I'm worth, right? Oh, laundry? Yeah, I did my laundry. I do it like once a month, something like that. That's enough. You just wear the same thing, flip it inside out, the other side's clean, and then you put it in a pile, and then you hopefully have something else to wear. And this is a couple of days old now. I washed it a few days ago. This was last week. Oh, you could have come to cause trouble? Nice. Yeah, Apollo does eat good. Yeah, he seems to be happy. He's outside doing his thing. He doesn't... He comes in now. I'm trying to train him, so he comes in at night. And he doesn't argue too much. When I wake him up, he's out there laying on the ground. And I wake him up, and he sort of stands around for a little bit. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. He doesn't really know what I want from him until, he realizes that we're not going in the shop. We're going in the house. It's time to go to bed. Brett says, wait, how did Charlie get in my fridge? Oh, never mind. It was a container of yogurt, right? Hopefully the cats don't stay in there. Let me scroll through another part while you guys are chatting. Let's see if I can find another spot. Oh, yeah. And here's the outside look. Let's see. So I cleaned all the blades. And this is why I'm just going to show you. I'm not going to leave the sound on because all you're going to hear is the... You don't want to hear that. Look at all the dust. And that's nothing. And that's just from that. Wait till you see what happens with the grinder. Yeah, I don't want that in the garage. And I did 10 blades of that. It's horrible. But the pad does a good job of cleaning the blades. Yeah, look at all that dust. All right, let me scroll through. I'll find a spot to illustrate the next step. You got to give the editor a chance to catch up. Oh, is this all the blades? Yeah, that's all the blades that are out there. Just find another spot. Yeah, this might work. Look at all that junk. I gotta say, the Milwaukee works nice. But most of these blades will go in and get clamped if they're wide enough. Yeah, here's another nice shot. Let's see. It's going to stutter a little. So I'm trying to adjust it now for the other angle. Yeah, Mike says, I'll tell you what Mike says. Mike does not want to sign up. That's my buddy Mike. I'm having problems with the lock on the Milwaukee. But it goes quick. It goes nice. And it's just a nice extra tool. See, I'm still not getting the angle right. It worked good. Let's see if I can get you to what I showed. Yeah. That lock is just a nightmare. That didn't help. No, it didn't help. Maybe I should just get rid of it. All right, let me scroll. Well, that looks nice. The blade's clean. It's got a good, sharp, angle on it. I tried to keep the angle correct. And the ones where, I think, yeah, here is where I'm making adjustments. So just to give you an idea of what I'm adjusting. And you'll see it better when, I edit it. I'll zoom in. Yeah, I'll turn the mic on. Yeah, it definitely goes. So it's totally adjustable. So let's give it... We're at a 1/2 inch.
And we want to give it another 1/8 at least. Yeah, that's 3/16. Let's leave it there. And we can always put a little bit more Loctite on this once we get a setting we like.
All right, let me find the next spot. Yeah, here's what it looks like.
You see where we are? Lawnmowers, man. Yeah, that's good. I think this one can come up just a little bit, but I want to check that. You see the gap in here. All right. Here we go.
Yeah, what you hear is a horror. Coming back. Let's see, Mike sends a text. He says, "What's up, Arch? Those sanding pads are the best on a grinder." Yeah, and I'm just using the cheap ones, but honestly, you're better off with a better pad than the cheap stuff. Because the cheaper ones, some of that dust that you see is actually some of the pad itself ablating off, all over the place. What a mess. What a mess it makes. So what you're seeing is I'm having to adjust the tool. Now, I didn't fully read all the directions, and it may be they even tell you to make adjustments. So I'll read it before I comment finally on the video. Robert says, the song from Don Henley, Dirty Laundry, is the song that Arch is listening to while he's doing it is once a month. I love that song. I forgot all about it. We used to play that years ago with Turnpike Joe, right? He was a guy that had like a band, but he sometimes would have stand-ins with people. Yeah, good call, Rob. And that was a fun song to play. I used to have these huge jams, invite all these people down, and I'd rent out this gigantic place, and then people would show up, and they'd make beer pyramids and pass around all kinds of goodies. And yeah, Turnpike Joe, we used to do Dirty Laundry. That was a fun song. And it even had a modulation in it. Yep, I remember. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I remember that now. Wow, that's been so long. That was a fun song. And I had a really cool old Ampeg amp at the time, tube amp. And my Les Paul, my 77 Les Paul with some nice pickups in it. And it actually that was kind of cool. It sounded good. It had a really nice open sound to it. And I had a lot of fun with the syncopation. And Billy, my friend Billy, who I don't talk to anymore, he moved to Arizona or whatever, Nevada. But yeah, we had a really good sync going on that. I'm glad you reminded me of that. That was nice. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, got Tears for Fears right now. Everybody wants to rule the world. Yeah. That was fun. Yeah, I remember that one. It's going in my head right now. Yeah, I'll show you this quick clip. Hold on. You're going to hear the noise. Oh, I don't want you to hear the noise. It's a horrible noise. That's a long blade. One long blade. Just a single edge. And look at how you can just do this. So if you need to grind more in one area, which is because I had to blunt it, I had to really lay into this side. So that's why I'm doing that. And the rest of it wasn't that bad. All right, coming back. So, like I said, I just kind of leave the audio off. Because otherwise, I'm going to echo, and it's going to sound like crap, and all you're going to hear is, how's that, Art? Let me show you what the rest of the blades look like when I'm done. And then so I can finish this segment. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut the daylights out of this video. Because it would be boring to sit for a half hour, an hour to watch all this crap. So it's kind of difficult to show the progress and the highlights because I never used the tool before. So I had to spend a day with it, and doing 10 blades is really what enabled me to kind of get through it. Here's what some of the blades look like. Let's see. This I'll put the audio on for. So this is a blade I finished. I had to finish it. I did it by hand. And you'll see the difference. Let me put the audio on.
Well, here's one that I just finished up by hand, okay? Because I missed it. But this side is the tool, and you can see. And I just dressed the top, just a quickie. But I think that looks real good. And then I also this notch here is I had to balance it. And here's one. Now right here we're going to want to get a little bit because that's a transition area, and wasn't that good at it yet. But yeah, we could touch that up. That looks pretty decent. And this is one of the ones that was really beat up, so I had to flatten one end down. And this one's a little bit better. But this was one where I wasn't happy with the angle until I made that modification. But it's still pretty good. Let's look at some more. We're going to give them a paint now. They're all clean and balanced. And this is one where I was practicing on long straight, but this one was kind of beat up, nicks and stuff. Same thing here, but definitely better. Let's look at this one. Yeah, this one was pretty nicked up, but it's nice because you can be consistent. That one looks like it could use a little bit more of an edge. I'll check that. That's what I'm doing now. Now that they're clean and I can see them, yeah, that one could use a little bit more of an edge. So I'm going to dress those by hand. This is before I really got that angle because see, it's too shallow, right? So we're going to be working with that to tweak that. So this is one of the first ones we did before we really made too many adjustments. But remember, this is the MTD blade, and it looks real good. It cleaned it up nice. I'd say the angle is real close. Well, here's another one that I just cleaned up by hand. So this we did early, one of the first ones, and that looks good. But then I just kind of cleaned up the transition, and then the end I wasn't getting the angle right, so I wasn't getting it really sharp. But I think it looks real good now. That's by hand. All right, there's the lineup. 10 blades, 2 I threw out, so that was 12. There's one up there, the Honda. So they're all clean and balanced, and I checked them over. And then what I'll do now is I'll blow a little bit of cheap paint on them, just quick. A light coat, flip it. I don't care while it's wet. Flip it, quick blast on the other side, and I'm going to leave it until tomorrow. We're done here. I'm almost done. I'll put away my tools. It's Friday. It's almost dark, kinda. Do we have to set the clocks back? That's not coming off, right? That's grinding material that's been sintered on there. It's essentially like a spray braze. All right, what I'm going to do when I get done later on and finish cleaning up is I want to take a measurement on these, bring it up with a little bit more. I don't know, I'll decide then. And then when I get the measurement, I'll take one out and I'll put some blue Loctite in and drive it back in. Same thing with the other, because one of them's a little loose, right? So that blue tight is not really holding. And these seem like they're okay. This seems fine on this end. It's this end, so to get the angle I'm looking for.
Okay. I can shut that monitor off and shut the echo off. I'm going to be back. Let me close out the editor. All right, I'm back. Let me see what you guys wrote. Everybody wants to rule the shop. Yeah. That's a cool song. Everybody wants to rule the shop. It's a great song. When we were kids, me and my friend Steve would get high, like in like 8th grade and shit. We'd be sitting there in the back of the room, and he was a drummer, and I was starting to play guitar. And we'd do like Zeppelin and stuff. And he'd start hitting the desk, whatever the beat was. And I would be mouthing and air guitaring and shut up back there. What's that noise? Cut it out. Yeah, my science teacher used to just call me Motor Mouth. Motor Mouth? Is that you back there? Stifle it. Robin says, I sharpen my blades with a Dremel tool. That's too small. You're going to kill the blade. I mean, the tool. The shaft the bearings aren't good enough. Use an angle grinder. Red says, I freehand in a vise with Makita angle. Yeah. Bleach says, hey, Bleach, trying to sell my part snappers. I think I have a bit of a cold. Anywho, how's everyone tonight? What's up, Bleach? I feel great, Robert says. Yeah, I mean, I usually just freehand. And you saw, I showed you a section I did that I freehanded, and it comes out very nice. Now, there are people that don't like to, can't follow an angle or whatever, or their hand isn't steady or whatever it is. And I've had even some people write to me, because I've done a couple of videos on blade sharpening, mostly by hand. They're okay. I might make a new one, the file. But if you look at some of the blades, of the 10 blades that I restored, they're beat, like they're a mess. But you can balance them, and they work well if they're sharpened right. Processing this many blades, I got to tell you, this tool definitely helps. There's another tool in my arsenal. Like at one point, I think at the end, you might even see, I don't know if I showed it here, but I have another bench grinder. And I got one over here, and I got a bench grinder over there. I set the bench grinder up outside, the extra one, with the coarse, grinding stone on it. And I balance the ends, whatever end needs to be balanced. And I just, so I'm out there for hours, and sometimes even the wire wheel. There's a lot of times I just need the wire wheel to clean it. So for me, it's a nice extra tool at $80. The fella that designed it, he's one of these people like have written into me that they're very particular. And they get the blade to the angle they want, roughly about 30 degrees or so, depending upon the blade. And they want to keep it there. And they like the control, because this thing, once you slide the tool in, right, the control is nice. So you can clean the blade with your angle grinder and the disc, like I showed. And you get the blade nice and clean, especially the mounting surface. And then you can produce a nice angle. And if the edge of the blade isn't all wallered out, you don't have to do too much work to it. It just puts the correct angle on. It's the same angle you set it to last time. It's just going to develop a nice clean surface. But I always go over the tops of the blades, because there's all kinds of divots and cuts, and because people, they just drive over everything. But like I said, I got hundreds and hundreds of dollars of blades. So for somebody like me, it's a good idea. I don't think I would ever try to buy the $200 tool. It is much better than the so-called professional unit that sits on your bench top. And it can't do mulching blades. It can only do a non-mulching blade. Well, that's no good. Because around here, almost every blade is a mulching blade. So I don't want that thing. And that thing's noisy, and it's really expensive. So it's a waste. Maybe back in the day, right, when blades were just straight. So if you're real particular and you really want to get that angle and keep it, and you like Robert keeps his equipment nice, you might want a tool like this. if you're that kind of person. And like I said, people have written into me and they've told me they're real particular. So I thought this might be nice for the particular people. And it also might be nice for the insano people like me that go off and grind up a whole bunch of blades to save a buck. I don't do crappy blades. If they're bent or anything else is too wrong with them, of course I don't want it. If they're too wallered out, I mean, out of the 10, I pulled 12. And when I looked in close, 2 of them were no good. I was like, I don't want these. There's something not right with them. One in the end was a little beat. And as long as they're straight, it's just a piece of steel, for goodness sakes. Says Bleaches, I sharpen the blades on the deck. It's not. I know it's not ideal, but I never had any vibration. Yeah, because you're not taking it off. If the blade doesn't have any vibration, they have all kinds of different attachments too. People do it different ways. If the blade is good and it's not bent and you didn't hit nothing and you don't take it off, it should be fine. If you just reach in there. So they got all kinds of different techniques and tools for that as well. And you don't have to go through the hassle of taking it off. But, keep in mind, I get all my lawnmowers, they're a mess. They're an absolute mess. They're infested, they're rotted, they don't work, they've been abused, they're broken. But they're beautiful. I make them beautiful. Right? I make them like this. Let me show you. Hold on. I'm going to move this around. Well, you guys know, but I'll just show you because focus. Because focus is the last one I sold with the new cables. Let's see. So you guys want to hear? You want to hear me play a tune on guitar? Not this one tonight, but a tune I played like 15 years ago. Mike says I never sharpen a blade. I'm going to sharpen your blades for you, Mike. I never sharpen a blade. I just beat my lawn to death. That's what I'm saying. He didn't say that. I don't cut my lawn. I bludgeon it. I punish it. I don't want to cut a lawn. I want to punish it until it yields to my will. Let's see. Let me climb down here. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We don't need any audio, so let's see. I'll just cruise through this. There we go. Picture's coming up. Isn't that pretty? And it didn't take me much. Yeah, that blade's nice and clean. A little balancing over here. It needed it. No vibration. And I didn't make it super sweet, but it's nice, especially in person. Guy really liked it. It's got new cables. Everything is all done. This thing smoked a lot, I think. Yeah, it ingested a lot of oil. I think it starts here. Let's see. Yeah, watch this. Yeah, this is good. Hold on, let me turn it on. I'm going to let it run. I noticed there was more oil that leaked out from just sitting on all fours. And that was that clear oil that was in there. It could be maybe the sump is loose, right? It could be a bigger problem, but we're going to let it run for a while, and it's going to smoke, but we'll see what happens. Now, there's still some oil in the combustion chamber, but let's just pull it over and see if it'll just start on its own. See what I mean? This is how my lawnmowers are. This is what I got to work with. But it came out nice. It didn't really need all that much. Look at the oil spot. Puked all that oil out. I'll show you what the problem is. Yeah, let's see. I think this is it. So we we can see a lot of debris around this O-ring. And what can happen, and let's go over and we'll take a look at the engine. Now what I've seen happen a lot, all the oil is gone. By the way, the oil that I took out of there was dirty. That debris will get in here and it will oblong that hole. It will damage the hole. And once that happens, there's not a lot you can do other than clean everything really good with brake cleaner. And then we're going to put some RTV on. Now I'll check a couple of the dipsticks that I have. But yeah, that debris is actually in the way of the gasket. And that O-ring is probably beat. So we'll check for that as well first. But if that doesn't seem to fit nice, and of course we want to clean everything. And don't forget, fellas, clean underneath the cap and everything. Then dental RTV. But let me see after I clean everything up. All right, so what happens is that hole gets wallowed out. I've seen it a lot. If enough dirt and debris, because people don't clean their lawnmowers, God forbid you put a hose to it, it will sit in there and it will vibrate and it'll wallow that hole. And then the O-ring doesn't seal. Now, I knew that when I was first started cleaning this mower, it had a lot of oil and debris and gook underneath the engine. Even after I pressure washed it, like some of that smoke kept going for a while. By the way, the customer said he liked it, and I don't know, he sent me something else, and I don't remember what it was now, I forget. But he liked it, it ran good for him. And it was just stuck. It's just the years of it just, oil was peeing out a little bit at a time. When I started up and ran it the first time, which I didn't show, I think. I don't know, maybe that was the first time, I don't remember. I saw it, it was coming out. And I've seen this many times, and the fix is RTV. And I leave it sit overnight. When I'm all ready, I clean everything up. I put it back together again with RTV. Sometimes I even replace the dipstick or the O-ring. I shove it all back in, and I just leave it, and I come back the next day, and the problem is over. Let me catch up. Everybody wants to cut my lawn. Or maybe their lawn. Let's see. Bleach says he's got a headache. Is it PMS? Bleach? Is it that time of the month or something? He says I'm feel broken like the lawnmowers. I feel good when I try and breathe life into them. And yeah, it's fun breathing life. I love that part. Like I love taking these derelict machines out there in the garden. And bring them back to life. I get a kick out of that. Robert says, if you want to do a video on great blade balancing tool, yeah, right? I did a video on it. I have the nail on my wall. It works good. It just does. If you know how to use a nail, you kind of have to, you got to like take the blade and you pull it over to one side and it should dip. And then you pull it over the other side, it should dip. And then when you try to find the center, it should balance. Somewhere in there. And when you do it enough, you get more than close enough. Because it's a lawnmower, for goodness sakes. 21 inch to 22 inch. Some of these mowers have like 28 or whatever, like the snappers and what have you. That's a different story. When you got a big blade like that, you really want to try to dial that in. Because it'll vibrate a lot. Brett says, nice craftsman with the good Briggs. Yeah, that's what I specialize in. That's a 2003 or slightly newer because it is what is it? I said it in the video somewhere. It's a safety code or some kind of, I don't know, NI something, or I don't know what the hell it is. It's some code or whatever. It has to pass. It's like emissions and everything. It has to pass it in order to be sold. And the date on that is 2003. So it has to be, 2003 or newer. And my guess would be 2005. Like that seems to be there's a few different designs. You can tell by the fancier wheels. It's a little newer design. The thinner wheels, they're not as heavy and heavy duty, but it has the heavy duty deck. The bag is not, it's not the deep hole deck, right? The high rise in the back. It's the more shallow, and it has the slightly smaller bag. So that's, you know, it's one of the variations that I really look for. And oh, Christina, you're going to sleep? Hey, Christina, you want to see a video? You want to see a video? Let's see if she wants to see it. She was really young when I made this video. Let's see what she says. Tina, let's see. I'm gonna text her. Let me find the video. Let's see. I'll text her. She's in it. She might be in it. I don't think so. She was very young. I guess it's about 15 years old. Let's see what she says. Hey, don't tell her goodnight yet. I want to see what she says. This video is definitely going to blow copyright. I guarantee it. Oh, she says yes. Let's see. All right, I'm going to find. I'm looking for it right now. It's going to blow copyright, and you'll see how young I was. It's down deep. It's in the deep archives. I'm still scrolling. Let's see, show me, she says. I'm scrolling. Yeah, I'll put the, I'll get ready to bring the audio up. Look, there's Christina right there, riding the tractor. There's two of them. There's her over here. There's Mikey's car. There's my Nova. I hate life. There's Christina's car. Whole bunch of cool old stuff. Where is this video? Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. I'm not doing this right. Hold on. It's not listed. I don't think so. So we have to go to manage videos in order to see it. Have to go into the secret archive. I'll scroll down quicker. Yeah, because it's not listed. Into the archives. Oh, looking. Be patient, young lady. Wow, we're going deep. Going deep. There's one. This is much older, though. Sorry, if your eyes are freaking out, don't look. It's freaking out my eyes. Wow, I got a lot of videos. Oh my God. Who made all these videos? Oh my God, it really is back there. For instance, I got my still BR 400 out for the first fall cleanup. It's a beast. Yeah, nice. Wow. Oh, I think we're getting there. Yeah, because I see Liz's oldest daughter. Yep, that's Olivia and me. Yeah, it's coming close. There's another one with Olivia. There's one with Christine. I didn't queue it up, so because I'm not prepared. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here it is. This should be it. Oh, copyright issues. Here we go. Mushroom lattes. Which kind of mushroom? All right, let me set it up. It's Since I've Been Loving You. Hold on. Let me turn the audio on and shut my mic off. see them fall. All right. Hold on. I can turn stuff down. Turn off echo. So that was like 15 years ago, at least. Let's see. Brick House. Yeah. Yeah. They played the Brick House. No, that was not in Brick House. That is done here. And I'll explain it. I said a little bit about it in the beginning. This is, Mike says, what Mike say? Oh, I gotta dial in my password. Mike says, went from tuning guitars, get your motor running. Yeah, get your motor running. And I don't know, wait. That was good old-fashioned blues right there, Arch. Yeah, I'm pretty much like blues. Love jazzy weed. Music sounds truly amazing. Tripping, love it. He says, where was that? That was here. It wasn't in the Brick House, although I have played there. Brett says, love the jam. Brett's like throwing up weird signs. I don't know what that means. Bleach says, my uncle had a Gibson Les Paul. Big Beatles fan. Nice. Bravo, bravo. Steppenwolf. Cool. Christina says, I like the video. So many good memories. Yeah, there was some good stuff. What that is I had a computer, 2 computers. I had one set up for my job here, working on control systems and AutoCAD and stuff. And the other one kind of was like a recorder. And I found a backing track for Led Zeppelin's song, it was Since I've Been Loving You. And all it had on it was drums, basically keyboard, bass. That was it. And that's all it had. And so what I did was I just played to that. I ran that, put the microphone on the amp, put a mic on my voice, and I'm like, well, how do I assemble this song? Because if you ever watch Song Remains the Same, especially the concert over here in like the 1970s at Madison Square Garden, it's quite an impressive song. It's a big blues love ballad is what it is. And so I added in a bit, a rhythm guitar, and then I soloed around it. So it's just a lot of soloing. And I was like, well, I'm just going to solo like crazy over this thing. But the signature line you have to play, which is the but without a live instrumentation, you're stuck in a box. We call it canned music because you're in a can. Like you can't be expressive really. You can't feel rhythmic changes and intonation changes, and if the drummer wants to like lay something and hang, if the guitarist wants to hang a little bit more and drag something out, and you don't get the energy from the vocalist. So I had to sing, because without the words, I'd be lost in that song, because it's a long song and there's different parts to it. So I was like, well, I'm going to have to sing it. And then I had all this footage on, it was called High 8 tape. My brother-in-law gave me an analog videotape recorder when Christina was born. And I had a lot of videos of Christina, but then I also wound up having some videos of like hanging out in the shop and stuff. So I was like, all right, I'll put some of this stuff together. Wow, I was young there. Oh my God. Yeah, it's got to be close to about 20 years ago. Oh, the emojis were applauses. Thanks, bro. Yeah, longer. He says, I'm going to be 24, close to 20 years ago. Yeah, it might be 20 years ago. Oh my God. Bleach says, been watching Marshmallow concerts lately, rave music. Oh, you like rave music? So this is just, I'm a blues guy. That's really what I know. I like to make a proud noise. That's what I learned to do. And I like rock blues. And, you know, that's kind of what I hear in my head, and that's the way I played. Of course, I can't play like that anymore. I'd have to play for a year or so. But I was playing a lot. I was playing out in different places, and it was really hard to do because I had a new daughter, and I had to stop doing that. You know, you can't do stuff like that and then come home and look at your daughter and you're kind of half-potted and whatever. I remember one time that actually happened to me, and it's like, I'm not doing this anymore. I want to spend time with my daughter. I don't want to be drunk. I remember this one night I came home, and my lesson was learned, Christina, when you were like, I was still bottle feeding you, and you were very animated, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I had just come home from a gig. And you finished your bottle, you were sucking your thumb, and then you pull it out of your mouth. It was in there for a while, and I'm holding you and looking down at you. You take your thumb out, it's all slimy and red, and you offered it to me, and you went, some? And I was like, this is too precious. I have to be ready for this and not high or stoned or drunk or whatever. I'm like, this is too much. I'm done with all that. So that's how that happened. And let's see, Brett says, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Sky is Crying. Good too. Yeah, we had a lot of good music that came out in all those years. Because we had all of the music from before, and then up until like the late 90s. And then music stopped. It became Satan music, basically. You know, this is what it is today. They're all one eye. They're all doing, let's see, this one, they're doing this. Even the Pope does it. That's a curse from the devil. And then there's this one. I think it's this one. It's this. Okay. With the one hand down like that. And what this is Baphomet. It's in the Baphomet pose. Look him up. So who is Baphomet? Baphomet has got the head of a goat, the breasts of a woman, the genitals of a male, the feet of some horse or mule or something. So this is, did I get it right? I'm not getting it right. Yeah, this is it. And then this way. And this is as above, so below. So it is below. And everybody's doing it. They're all in the music industry, all throughout Hollywood, even the Pope, all these people, they're all bought in. They're all read in, they're all bought in. It's Disney, you name it. All of the music today. Everywhere I look, I see all the symbols, because I learned all the symbols over the years. I learned all of it, and more so recently, because I'm like, oh my God, it's everywhere. And now they have Satan Con. Last year they had Satan Con up in Boston. And people think it's fun, like it's a good thing. My daughter's girlfriend is a Satanist. She's not a very good one either. She doesn't know enough about it. People play with this stuff, but they don't realize it'll destroy you. Anyway. So, Christine, she goes, ha, ha, ha. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, T. Yeah, they're all doing it. Yeah, the feet of a goat. Yep.
It's the head of a goat and probably the feet of a goat. And it gets pretty deep, but they're in, these people are in deep. They're done. They're cooked. And that's who rules the world. I have actually a cut somewhere. It's Michelle Obama with some, at an award show with some woman that won an award. It's like, there's like three females up there. It's actually two because it's Big Mike. Anyway, the woman is addressing the crowd and basically she's going on and on and on really about Satan, the power of it, really. And she goes, well, who rules the world? And Michelle points down. And the camera zooms in and you can see it. And that guy does. They're all into this. That's where the Baphomet guy is really where this whole trans thing is coming from. That's where it's coming from. It's actually a goddess. It's an ancient Egyptian goddess. She's the god of, it's not really femininity. She's like the god of like partying and castrating men. She had servants that were all eunuchs. They cut their thing off so they could serve her. It's bizarre what these people, like, they don't tell you this stuff. It's based on ancient Saturnalia is what it really is. Absolutely bizarre. And it's always been, but people today have no fucking clue. None. Nancy Bleach says, not to sound crazy, I'm touched by darkness and light. No, you're not. You're touched by darkness. You cannot be touched by light if you're touched by darkness. You cannot have both, and you cannot serve two masters. And if you think you are, you're not. You're being lied to. I can see what you're into. You're not touched by light. You're touched by darkness, my friend. And it's probably part of what is causing you issues in your life. Most likely. I've never seen a single person that was touched by darkness that could keep their sanity and exist in a world as a really healthy, functioning adult. Because the darkness, their thinking and their rationale and their reasoning for things is skewed. And there's so much negativity comes into their life. There's no real blessings because the blessing that comes from the dark one comes at a cost. The blessing that comes from the other one does not come at a cost. All you need to do is follow a path, and it has its own rewards. So it's sad, but people think that they're getting something out of it. You know, all of these rich people, look at all these rich people, right? The comedians and everything, they commit suicide. You know why that is? Or they die, or somebody kills them. Because that's the cost. Your sanity, your life, it will be paid. That will be paid. You might have money and all kinds of other things or whatever else you think you want. It's not worth the price. So Christina says, going to bed now. Night, everyone. Night, sweetheart. Yeah, Dark Horse by Katy Perry. Yep. Yeah, Katy Perry. She even said it. She said she wanted to grow up to become, she was this singer, church singer, and she wanted to emulate, she was emulating some other woman. I don't remember who she was. She wanted to be like her, but it didn't work out. So she sold her soul to the devil. That's what she said. They'll all tell you this. So anything within any of that music, even these halftime shows where they have these, if you go to like a big football game and you watch these halftime shows, it's all about the beast and its demonic imagery. What you're doing is you're participating in the church of Satan by being there and watching it and thinking it's fun and cool. I'll look at it and I can pick out all the lineage to all the stuff that's going on as I watch it. I'm like, well, I know where that's coming from. Yeah, it's crazy. Leach says, bipolar music helps in church. They kick... What? Bipolar music helps in church. They kicked me out when I was 6. I said, have the devil in me. Well, you might, bro. You may very well have it. You want to get that. You want to get that gone. I would highly recommend it. In the music, I've been wanting to do a video on the music in particular, and a lot of Christians that are
pretty decent Christians. They don't understand that the music that they like, by and large, is mostly been tainted and driven by Satanists. Most of the popular stuff that comes out, when the master is cut, it's brought to a room where they bring in witches, essentially. Witches and warlocks is a generic term, and they pray over it. They put a spell on it. That's what spells are for. And in the music, too, there's that woman that had a concert last year, a couple of years ago, where it had so many overtones of Satanism that at one point this spell pushed all these people over. They just all fell over backwards. And people came out and they said that it was a very unsettling feeling. It has to do with the frequencies being used, the incantations, the words being repeated, the kind of music, and the fact that the woman is a Satanist. She has a cookbook on spells. She published it. I forget who this woman is. She's got dark hair and supposedly very popular. I don't know, like one of the most popular young women in the industry. I don't know who these people are. Let's see, Bleach says, I know the devil just love bipolar, huh? What does that mean? I know the devil just love bipolar. What does that mean? Does it mean that he likes people to be bipolar? You know? I think my ex is like that because she snaps like that, and it's never good outcome. Ever. Never. It's just so destructive. Absolutely. Because you're not on an even footing. It's like being possessed. And probably she is. I've seen it. It's like, yeah, back. No thanks. So that was fun to do. That's why I don't really play a lot of this music anymore, because I've looked into the tuning. It's 440 hertz. It should be like 432. There's the devil's chord and the devil's tuning, right? They've known about it for years. The Rockefellers changed it on purpose in the 30s. They did all that on purpose. Yeah, get behind me, Satan. Yeah, absolutely. You have to tell him that, because the only way he gets in is you let him in. And like I said, I see it in the music, and that's one of the reasons why I stopped doing it for a while, because I could see it. I could see it sneaking in, and I was like, well, if I'm going to get my life together and my head together, I need to get away from this stuff. It really, is there a way to do it and be blessed? Yes. Did I know how to do it at that time? No. I still don't think I know how to do it properly without tying into a darker force, because it's there. You can pull from it. Most musicians will tell you there's this place that you go and you have this out-of-body experience, except it's actually a darker place that most go. And I've been there, and it's not rewarding, because it makes you, it's like a heroin high. It makes you want more, and you cannot be satiated. You just can't. And then you just keep looking for more, and that's probably what happened to all the 27-year-olds in the 27 Club. They couldn't get a handle on it, so you turn to booze, you turn to drugs to pacify yourself for a period of time, and then you wind up dead. Like that guy from Friends, right? He had it. He had the problem. He had a gift. Or how about, like, what's his name? That other comedian that died, that drank himself to death. What the hell was his name? You know, the guy from Mork and Mindy, right? They're all tormented. He said the same thing. He says it's like a download. You tie into a force. It takes you over. You take the energy from, you know, from the live shows. And he was miserable. He had everything, but he was miserable. And he killed himself. What was his name again? I forget his name. I'm not good with it. Yeah, Robin Williams. Yeah. Heroin does them in because, like I said, it's to pacify themselves. Because it's an insatiable feeling. And I've been there. I felt it. It's not worth it. And it's not worth listening to the music. I don't know which music is not indoctrinated in that way. I can't tell you that. I don't know enough about it. But I know most of the music from most of the artists. You know, that's the whole Crossroads thing. I went down to the Crossroads. That's the Faustian bargain. You sell your soul. That's the old book. Read the book, The Faustian Bargain. You sell your soul to the devil. And, you know, was it Robert Johnson, right? A lot of people said he could barely play guitar. And he went down to the crossroads, and he came back, and he was like a magician with the guitar. And people were like, how did this happen? You know, he wasn't all that good. I don't know, but it must mean something, because if so much of the world is interested in this now, you know, one of the biggest religions on the rise right now is Wiccan. It's now beginning to outpace Christianity. And it's literally all over the place. And they teach this in the schools. And parents don't understand, because they're not allowed in the schools. They're really not. And if they try to say anything about it, they wind up getting in trouble. Yeah, it's slowly, they're pushing it all in with the transgender and everything else and all this woke language. And it's everything but. It's really sad. Yeah, 63 when he passed. Yeah. Yeah, there's backmasking in a lot of this stuff. Right? Stairway to Heaven was written in Aleister Crowley's house. A lot of them, they were all into Aleister Crowley. A lot of the guy that started NASA's jet propulsion was a Satanist. And he, in Area 51, he committed himself to this. It's a sex act, but it's many things actually. But they did this ritual to open a portal, and that's exactly what CERN is doing right now. And the head of CERN said it. They're all into this shit. Like, it's bizarre. You'd think they're just like regular people and they're scientists and everything. No, some of them are, yeah, but not the ones in the positions of authority and power. They follow Aleister Crowley, who was considered to be the most evil person on the planet. The Italians threw him out, straight out. You know who threw him out? And this is crazy. Mussolini. And Mussolini was no sweetie pie. Mussolini threw that guy out of his country. That's how bad Aleister Crowley was. And that's who they follow. Yeah, Lee says, I love Christmas music, Hallmark movies, Christmas time. Yeah, it is. It's nice, but that's a pagan holiday. It really has very little to do with Christ. It really does. It's been so commercialized. And the tree has to do with the Kabbalah tree of life. It doesn't have anything to do with Christianity. It's an old pagan ritual that Constantine tried to wrap all into Christianity to I guess get the Christians and the Jews and the old pagans from fighting one another, and also to sour Christianity. That was the other thing it does. It takes Christianity and it takes you away from the whole concept of really Christmas. It takes you away from that, and it takes you into the secular world. And who's in control of the secular world? Lucifer. In fact, it's so screwed up. The deeper I look, when you get into the Kabbalah, read that if you want a heart attack. And in Gematria, right, like the word Jesus, there's no J. There was no J. That was like they're adding J's and W's in like the 1600s. If you add up the numbers that are represented by each letter, that's Gematria. That's an old ancient, I guess that's even, they might even go beyond the Jews. And you add up the numbers of Lucifer, they all equate to 666. It's the same thing. It's the same name. It's the same number. They did that on purpose too, right? Because they don't want you knowing the correct names. They don't want you knowing it. I'm not sure what the name is. I don't think it is Joshua. It might be. It's not Jesus. So when you call out the name Jesus, you're actually calling out, in Gematria, in the Kabbalah, you're calling out the name Lucifer. This is how demonic it is. It's because it's deceit. And people have asked me, they said, we've had these discussions, and what do you think the worst sin is? Lying. Deceit. Because deceit is the worst sin. Because if you want to kill somebody, you kill them one at a time, maybe, a few hundred, maybe a million. But you can screw up with a lie. You can screw up the entire world, okay, with a lie. You can deceive people into believing something for generations. They will not know what the truth is. That's messed up. That's what deceit does. And that's who's the master of that. That guy down there, right? Whether he's real or not, somebody's creating it. Let's see. It says, no wonder Ozzy Osbourne did a song called Yes, because they all pay homage. He's on one of the Beatles album cover. They were all into this, all of them. And you think the music is cool and neat, and it is, right? But the problem is you have to look at its association to the occult. And occult meaning to be hidden. Not necessarily a bad word, but in this context, it's occult. And it's been occulted, in other words, hidden from view. So these people, for whatever reason, whether they're drawn to it or they're forced into it or both, or deceived into it, because the power is in the hands of people with power and money, and these young people come into it, and then they start pursuing it, and they try to make sense of it, and they use it. And that's what magic is, okay? So they use it, they get involved in it. And then they make these tunes, and you think it's cool, and now you're involved in it. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Robin Williams. That guy is ate up by big time, yeah. Beach says, I love Ozzy. I'm glad he's still here and did not. Yeah, well, hopefully he supposedly he cleaned up his act. Some of them do. Because after a while, it may be that they see the issues with it and they have too much to lose. Their family and whatever. Yeah, it did permanent damage. Yeah, Brett says, all that did permanent. Of course it does. Of course. It screw you up. Yep. And it's just so bizarre that it's in your government. It's in everything. And the only way to stop it is for people to know that it's actually happening. And then, because it has something to do with consciousness, there's some kind of contract involved in it as well. Like the WEFers, they want to get all this wicked stuff done by 2030. 2030 is an important date. It has, by the way, I don't know if you know, but the Balfour Declaration, it expired on the 31st, which is another reason for why everything that's going on right now. Okay? So all of these declarations and treaties and everything else, right? Something's behind all of them. Let's see, Brett says he sings great, but you can hardly understand him when he talks. Well, that's because of where he grew up. You know, that's a lot of them. They have these accents that are so thick, they can't really help that. It's like my accent. It's terrible. You know, we can't help it. You know, it's wherever we kind of grow up. I wish there was an easy answer to all of it, but it said, I don't want to bring your head down, but it's true. And when you get away from it, you realize how bad it is, and then you start to see it. The WWE, The Undertaker, Mark Calloway, said he would not have made it without the Lord and Savior. Yeah, well, at some point, I say the same thing at this point. I wouldn't be alive today. Too many things went wrong all at once, too quick. But I keep looking deeper because so much information has been hidden from us. And I think it's important to know because it helps you to see what's wrong and what's really going on and who's lying. And it's like, if you think about it, right? Like, is the church corrupt? Well, all churches are corrupt. Why? Because if you're a thief and you want money, where do you go? You go to the liquor store, you go to 7-Eleven, you go to the gas station, you rob a bank. Right? And if you're a really good thief, you rob a bank. And if you're a really, really good thief, you rob a bank and you get away with it. And if you're a really, really good thief, you own a bank and you can steal all the money you want, which is essentially what they do. They steal all the money. What did I put at the beginning? Watch the thing at the beginning. Where does the money come from? It comes from the banks. The banksters. They steal for a living. So that's why everybody's in debt. Because it's not real money and it has all this nonsense attached to it. So if you were Satan and you wanted to steal souls, where would you go? Yeah, a rock concert's nice, but isn't it sweeter, a little bit better, sweeter, maybe bitter tasting if you could steal souls in church? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you see some of these big mega churches, right? They're invoking the ones that speak in tongues. Or even the Bible says you got to watch out for those, right? If they start speaking in tongues, look out. Yeah, so they're in a lot of the churches, and any church that signed up for the 501c3, where they're tied to the government tells them what they can do, what they can say, the way they can say it, and because that's where the money comes from. So if your church that you go to is a 501c3, they're compromised. And during the lockdowns, a lot of them did what they were told to do. They did not consider their parish. They considered the law, not of God, but they considered the law of man. And they overstepped their boundaries. I'm just saying. So I would question what goes on there. I'm not saying they don't have a purpose, but they are the ones. I've been to a lot of those, and what I've noticed is they all hide something. They usually hide the parts that they don't want you to know, and if you don't know it, then you're being lied to by omission. And they only want you to know what they want you to know, and they keep focusing on it. I've been to a lot of them. I've been to all the ones that run around with this end of the world stuff. Okay, it's good to learn Revelations. But there's an entire other Bible out there that you could read that would be really helpful. They don't read it. And most of the Christians I know, so some of the stuff I say to them, they're like, where'd you get that? I'm like, it's in your Bible. I want to try reading it. I don't want to piss anybody off, but it's a good idea and there's a lot of books left out. Even King James revised it. It originally had 80 books. Now it's like 60. Where'd the others go? Why'd they take it out? And the Catholics have a larger Bible than most Christians. What's in there? Why is it different? And I've looked at a lot of others' religions, and they change it constantly. Anyway, churches ask for money. Well, no, don't confuse asking for money and say it's the root of all evil. Be careful with that, right? That's deceitful to say that, because that's a separate thing. The church has to operate, and if it's not on 501c3, who's paying for the pew you're sitting in, the walls and the heat? Was it just come out of osmosis? So be careful with that. It does require money. And if you belong to a church and you like it, then there's a tithing. And it's based upon what you can afford or what the church is asking in relation to what you can afford. You'll have to work that out. But somebody has to pay for that. And you don't want the government paying for it. And money isn't the root of all evil. Evil is the root of all evil. Money's just a tool. It's just a means of carrying a commodity from one place to another in a way that you don't have to carry it. If I want to sell a ton of lead and I can't carry that around and pay for it with a ton of lead, I got to have somebody carry that for me. But I can pay for it and set up the shipping. And that's what money does. So if you combine the wrong things together, what you wind up with is silliness. Let's see. No, it's the love of money that's the root of all. Yeah, the love of anything like that, when you're pursuing, you're absolutely right. When you're pursuing something that really can't give you anything, because at the end of the day, no one ever said on their deathbed, I wish I had more money, or I wish I spent a little more time in the office. They don't say that. Bleach says, sad world, not the same I grew up in. Kids have it harder. Yeah, they do. Uncle Mark's DIY Automatic Fix It channel. Welcome, Uncle Mark's. Yeah, you missed half the show. In fact, I'm getting ready to get out of here. It's 2:29. All from a colder Manitoba, Canada. Yeah, oh my God. It's freezing. Yeah, you guys are into snow blowers already, and I'm still selling lawnmowers over here. I got a few more to sell. I got a couple more to work on, and then I guess I'm done. So I finished all those blades. I'm not going to use them all up now, but I'll use a bunch of them. I used one of them already. Oh, let me see. We did, yeah. Let's see. The seeing eye is on the dollar bill. Yeah, that's a big story too. That means a lot of things. The top of the pyramid, the all-seeing eye, the pineal gland. There's just a lot of. I'm not quite sure because that's associated to a number of gods from ancient Saturnalia stuff, Egyptian gods. It goes back even before that. So the way they're using it, I've heard a lot of definitions, but I'm not positive as to which one might actually be the most accurate. It is connected to the Illuminati. Conveniently, the actual Illuminati was started in 1776 in Europe, and they did come here, and they are here. Right? It's just another name. But it is an organization. But there's a lot of organizations like that. So it's hard to pin it to any one. He says, Uncle Mark says, Automotive Fix-It channel. Next time, snowstorm in forecast tonight. 4 inches. Oh, my God. See, I had no winter last year, so I starved because we really didn't do any. I think I did a couple of machines up until like December, Christmas. And then there was like no snow. Like a dusting. And that was it. And I starved. There's no work to do. There's nothing to do. You have no money. Nobody. Things were getting more expensive. Nobody wanted to fix anything. You know, here it will not snow. It will snow very little, or we'll get nor'easters, and it will pile feet of snow, and shut down everything. That's how it is. So people look at it and they go, "Well, things are getting expensive. It's January. I'm not doing anything. If I really think there's a storm coming, I'll rush the store. Or then maybe I'll see if I can fix my snowblower. Or then maybe I'll give it to the guy." And then it gets to be like February and it's freezing cold. And if it still really hasn't snowed, they're like mid-February, they're like, "I don't care if it drops 2 feet. I'll deal with it. I'm not buying anything." That's just how they think here. You know, until you go like upstate New York, that's different. They take care of their equipment differently. You know, and they don't have the same kind of services we do down here. So they could be snowed in for a couple of days. And even if they get out, right, their little town kind of gets out, maybe to get to where the bigger stores are and everything, it might be 20 minutes to half an hour away. And that may not be accessible for a week. So they consider that because they're around it. And it does get colder longer there. Like we have long seasons, but we have all 4. They have short seasons, but a longer winter and fall. Let's see. This is Bleach says, "Be safe, be kind, live for today. Tomorrow is a memory. Everyone, peace. I watch to the end." Tomorrow's not a memory. Yesterday is a memory. Tomorrow is unknown. He says, "I thought it was the illusion of the Illuminati once, just for good music." Yeah. All right, fellas. I'm going to get out of here on that note. And it's been 2 hours and 33 minutes. I'm trying to stay under like the 3-hour mark or whatever, or maybe 3 hours. Just because it's a lot, right? It's hard to do. And I really didn't prepare for this one because I was outside doing cool stuff. And I got to move a few more things around tomorrow, like I said, and then I'm done. I'm going to take the rest of the day off. So it should be nice out. I don't think we're going to have rain till the end of the week, and it'll rain. So, all right, I will see you guys later. Yeah, hoping the winter is mild. Yeah, I don't know if I want a mild winter. We've had a few of them. Maybe it would be nice to get pummeled by snow, as exhausting as that sounds. I'll see you guys later.